So here's week 10 injury report. Chris Carson, he's questionable with the foot. Carlos side, he practiced with Carson. He just ran on the side. Both guys questionable going into week 10, and that's going to be a messy situation back there in the Seattle backfield. Carson, hopefully he could play. If not, Carlos side, it looks like to me, has a better chance of playing. And DJ Dallas, if you own him, hold on to him to see what happens. The inactives for that game should come out about 3 o'clock, so look out for that. The other guy's Debo Samuel. We thought he had a chance to come back here in week 10, but him and Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman still out for the 9 after week 11. So those guys are out in San Francisco. N'Keal Harry, he's questionable after coming off a concussion. We'll see if he plays, but Jacoby Myers, what a game he had last week, and he'll be the number 1 receiver if Harry is out. And Myers, honestly, I think he's the better talent anyway. David Montgomery, he remains sidelined, but he does have the game on Monday night, so he's an extra day of rest to heal from the concussion. But if he don't play, it's either going to be Ryan Noll, Cordell Patterson, or they're going to call Lamar Miller up from the practice squad. We'll see what happens. But if Montgomery's out, a guy I would roll with here is Ryan Noll heading into week 10 if you're in a desperate situation and have no running back or a Montgomery owner. Nick Chubb, he's questionable with the knee. Coach Kevin Stefanski said Chubb's got to see the doctors to see if he would play or not. So right now, his status is still up in the air. He's still on injured reserve, but I think Chubb's going to play anyway, and I ranked him 8th on my running back rankings this week. David Johnson, like we expected, he's not playing. He's got the concussion, so all the snaps and the work's going to go to Duke Johnson. He's going to get a big workload versus Cleveland, and it's a good matchup. So if you got Duke Johnson, go out there and start him. The next guy is Alshon Jeffrey. He practiced again in full, and he's going to play versus the Giants, it looks like. Make his season debut. We haven't seen Jeffrey in almost a year, but I don't expect him to get many snaps. I did recommend him as a bench stash, but for now it's a wait-and-see approach there with Jeffrey. Mark Ingram, he's questionable with the ankle, but he practiced all week, and that Baltimore Raven backfield is a mess now. If you're a Gus Edwards owner, I think I would drop him. Ingram also, he has no value. He's out there in tons of leagues, but I'm not going to touch him. J.K. Dobbins is the only guy I want out there in the Ravens backfield. Miles Sanders, he's 100%. He said he's ready to go. He practiced in full, so plug him and play him in your starting lineup. Jerry Jeudy, he's questionable, but Coach Nick Fangio said Judy's going to play unless something happens on that day, so he's in. Matt Breida, he's questionable with the hamstring. Running back for the Miami Dolphins, it's a mess back there in Miami too. Jordan Howard, Salvin Ahmed, and Patrick Laird. This could be a 4-way split. Who the heck knows what's going to happen over there in Miami? They just got a lot of backs and no true number 1 right now, in my opinion. So if you got to start one of those guys, it's a tough situation. The next guy is Robert Tonyan. He's questionable with an ankle injury that he hurt in practice, and he wasn't able to participate today. So I don't know if he's going to go. And Tonyan, he's been a guy that I said to drop anyway this week. And if he don't play, just cut him loose and get another tight end. Kenny Golladay, he's out again versus the Washington football team with a hip injury. So another week, another game missed for Kenny Golladay. So it's going to be the TJ Hawkinson show and Marvin Jones in that game for the Detroit Lions. Kenyon Drake, he's a game-time decision with the ankle injury, week 10 versus the Bills. We got to see what he does. It's going to rely on pregame warm-ups to see if he plays or not. So now Chase Edmonds, he's going to take a little bit of a hit for sure if Drake plays in this ball game. Alan Lazard, core injury, he's a game-time decision. He's been out since week 3 after getting the core surgery. He's a good pickup if he's out there in your leagues, is Lazard. So we'll see if he gives it a go in week 10. If not, definitely week 11 he's going to play. Tremaine Pope, he had the concussion. He's questionable, but he practiced all week, and he's going to play. Justin Jackson, he's not going to play. He's ruled out. So Ballage and Kelly and Pope, they're going to play this week, and we'll see what they do versus the Dolphins in Miami. Devonta Freeman, it looked like he was going to play early in the week. He was practicing, but now he got hurt with a hamstring and an ankle. He's going on injured reserve for the New York Giants. And now Wayne Gallman, he's the man back there with Lewis coming in on passing downs and Alfred Morris change of pace, I guess, running backs. So Gorman, he's a decent start this week versus the Philadelphia Eagles if you still kept him. Joe Mixon, he's doubtful. Once again, I thought Mixon was a definite shoo-in to come back after the Week 9 bye for the Bengals, but he's down, and now it's a week-to-week thing for Mixon. Hopefully he could come back next week. So Gio Bernard, if you held on to him, go play him. He's got a decent matchup versus Pittsburgh. Christian McCaffrey, we knew this, but he's ruled out with the shoulder. Once again, McCaffrey just can't stay healthy this year. He already missed 6 games. And this is another one he's going to miss, his 7th of the year. So Mike Davis, if you held on to him, good for you, because this guy's going to get a huge workload. He's in a good offense, and he's going to get a lot of plays go his way. Ben Roethlisberger, he's coming off the COVID. Mike Tomlin expects tomorrow the COVID list. So he should be able to play this Sunday versus Cincinnati, and he don't need to practice to play, I guess. So Big Ben, he's got a good matchup. Go play him. Laviska Shenault, he's out with the hamstring. I thought he had a chance to play this week. He practiced a little this week, but he just couldn't give it a go with the hammy, so he's out for Jacksonville. And that's the injury report heading into Week 10.